I got stuff for you.
Holy moly. I need to get some snakes and release them around my house.
But they love eating people. They love eating kids.
These guys are the scientists of the supernatural, lecturers leaving lessons for inquiring laymen. They are applying the scientific method to a world that baffles science. They are the cryptids of the corn.
Every day that you open your mouth,
I know, right?
I'm more convinced that you're abducted by aliens.
No.
And it just stood up. I mean, it just like kept going and going. And she goes, what the?
These are idiots.
I was laughing reading this because I already knew how you would feel.
Idiot. What part of the story fits your balloon?
Well,
This isn't a UFO. But who else has big black wings and red eyes?
Batman.
Well, Mothman.
Oh yeah, Mothman.
Well, everyone, I think we know exactly what it is. So say it all with me. It was the sandhill crane.
Would you try it?
No.
You wouldn't eat it?
No.
Why?
Because they're probably toxic. There'd be a lot of poop in my pants. I've seen a 6-foot alligator go swinging through the air and slam into a tree.
That's it. Dying. The song. Slowly going down. I'm J Clone 79.
I'm the great and powerful mystery. You threw me off.
I know. I am the I don't know.
You never go first.
Welcome back to Cryptids of the Corn podcast. We just got back from our live show in Arkansas with Drunken Cryptids, Matthew Orton.
A lot of fun.
It was heck of a good time. We got to spend some time in the tavern.
Yeah, that was really cool. His tavern back there is really cool.
So if any mutual listeners we have of our show and Drunken Cryptids, which if you don't follow them, you should give them a listen right now, with Matthew and Jacob, we got to spend time in the tavern where they record their shows.
So we tried to drive down on Thursday night at about 3 a.m. Tornadoes were everywhere, so we slept at Buc-ee's for a couple hours.
Yeah, we had to stop at the sanctuary.
And it was sanctuary because I still thought we were going to die at Buc-ee's.
We had to pay tribute to the beaver.
Tornado was only like 2 miles from us at Buc-ee's.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh,
the way we were there.
Well, I slept right through it.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I was one like, well, we're going to die here.
I don't know why, but storms are like calming to me.
Normally, I like lightning and thunderstorms.
Yeah.
But not when you're in a car in the middle of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Nowhere for safety.
I guess I just felt maybe or what's the word?
Oblivious.
Oblivious or ignorance is bliss.
It was for you.
And I was in a blissful.
The car was
sleepy
rocking
slumber.
so hard, like somebody was jumping on it from the storm.
I think that's what was knocking me out or calming me.
You hopped up just for a second, looked around, went right back to sleep, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die in here.
I did, and I couldn't see outside. It was too rainy and windy.
It looked like the videos of the hurricane.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I was just like, we're at Buc-ee's. I was safe.
The next morning, we stopped at the Bass Pro, the pyramid on Mud Island.
So yeah, so if you don't know this, if this is news to you, because it was pretty much news to me once you told me about it. Bass Pro Shop's headquarters is in Memphis, Tennessee, and it is built. The building is built in the shape of a pyramid. It's a giant pyramid with Bass Pro Shop slapped right on the side of it, which just makes me laugh. I'm just trying to go back, like, in my mind, like ancient Egypt, and seeing those giant pyramids and having just big corporation logos slapped on the side of it. Like, I don't know, Coffray's Fur Trade. Like, I don't know. That's probably like Bass Pro back then, right?
Probably close.
Yeah, I mean, look at the similarities. They were right on the river. Of course, it was 3 giant Bass Pros, but in ancient Egypt, that's probably what they were. But yeah, so we got to Memphis, and yeah, it's a giant pyramid, and it's huge.
And it's shiny.
Very. But it's the 5th largest pyramid in the world.
I was just trying to look to make sure I was right on that.
Well, I think they said that in the elevator going up.
Yeah.
So you can take an elevator to the top, the observation deck, which is pretty awesome. But the elevator, you just keep going.
Because most lists I'm looking at now
yeah,
don't include it because it's not an ancient work. Same with the Lectura, I can't say it, but the pyramid in Nevada.
Oh, the Luxor.
The Luxor pyramid in Nevada. That's a really big one too.
Yeah, it is.
It's taller than the Bass Pro one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it was built after.
It was built after?
Yeah, a couple years after.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought Luxor's been around for a while.
In the 90s, yeah.
I mean, longer, I guess.
It said 98, and Bass Pro was built in 91.
What? Luxor was only built in 98?
At least the pyramid, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what this thing just said.
I mean, I saw on TV Chris Angel floating in the Luxor light. No, yeah, I don't know. I used to like that show as a kid. Then I saw him live, and I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, it has fallen a couple spots.
Has it? Okay. Well, still, it's in the top 10.
Yeah, because
Either way, it's a gigantic pyramid.
the Luxor pyramid,
It's like 400 feet tall or something.
and then the bent pyramid.
I knew that one was up there. That one's pretty big. The bent pyramid. They just reopened in the past decade for the first time in like 100 years for tourists. And it was completely empty inside. How weird is that?
And the Trans-American Pyramid, which is the biggest pyramid in the world.
Where's that?
San Francisco.
Hmm.
853 feet tall.
Is that an ancient work?
No.
I was going to say.
No,
what
it's
the
a
heck?
modern pyramid. So Bass Pro got bumped down the list from 2 new pyramids. Yeah, so that's why it's 2 more spots lower. It's 7.
Okay. Okay, fair.
Basically, because people after were like I said when, he was talking about if he realized he was that close to being the biggest pyramid in the world, he would just spent the extra money
Right.
and been the biggest pyramid in the world.
Mm.
But the people after were just like, oh, we can be. Or,
Right.
up there.
But yeah, so that was Bass Pro. That was on our way down. We stopped at Buc-ee's, stopped at Bass Pro, and then we made it to Arkansas, Little Rock. And literally, as we pulled in the driveway, we hit something and we got a flat tire.
As we were pulling into Matthew's driveway.
Yeah, probably something the storm probably blew in,
Yeah.
landed in the road. Would be my guess.
I stood up and I'm like, is that the radiator?
And I
Because you
thought,
just heard it psst.
and I was like, no, his garden hose is on. Look, everything's wet.
And Matthew's like, there's no garden hose. And went around the side and we just watched the tire go down.
Yeah, actively flattening.
Speaking of the tire, huge shout out to the famous Jeeper, Vince. He came the next morning. He fixed the tire, took it off, repaired it, put it back on. Super awesome guy. That's all he came to do.
Patch is still it got us back to Ohio.
Vince, if you're listening to this, it made us home.
Yep.
It actually held air better than the other tires.
It did, yeah. We actually gained pressure in it as we went.
All tires do that.
I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. But no, all tires go up a little bit.
That depends how fast you go.
Yeah, just because the air starts heating up and expanding.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Centripetal force. Centrifugal.
Why doesn't it go away when you stop?
Because the meters still have the effect on them.
Mm.
You guys see they're on the outside of the valve.
That's our first. Thank you. Our first day. It was really fun. We went to the Four Quarters bar down in North Little Rock.
Yes,
Dogtown.
Yeah, so which we should do a little thing about that. It's called North Little Rock now. It used to be called Argenta.
No, it's called Argenta now.
No.
We're trying to change the name to Argenta.
No, that's what it was.
No, it was Dogtown.
That was the nickname.
Yeah.
No, it was Argenta. They nicknamed it Dogtown. And then they changed it to North Little Rock. But it used to be Argenta. That's where the name came from.
It needs to go back to Argenta.
Yes, it needs to go back to Argenta. I mean, just say it to yourself out loud. Do you want to be... What sounds better, North Little Rock or Argenta?
Nothing bad about Little Rock.
Right.
But North Little Rock is a very pretty little town, a really nice square, really cool restaurants, bars,
nice locals.
garden center. Like it was the whole North Little Rock was extremely enjoyable.
They got Old Bart's.
Yeah, no, the brewery
Old Bart. It's just Old Bart.
Old Bart.
Old Bart Barbecue
And brewery.
and brewery. It was
Where they
awesome.
make their own root beer.
Yes. Oh, they do make their own root beer, and we had some.
Had a bunch of it.
You had a lot of it. It was delicious.
It was really good.
So yeah, I guess let's get to Old Bart's then.
Well, I was gonna say Old Four Quarters Bar and Grill.
Oh yeah, that one too. We ate there the first night, Friday night.
It was really cool. It's super haunted.
Yeah, it's an old building with a lot of history.
A lot of history. Matthew's had stuff happen to him there, and
they caught stuff on camera, even their security footage.
Because you can watch the cameras live, I think Matthew was saying.
And it's a pretty neat little local bar. I mean, it's just an old like architecture inside. It's in an old building. It's really neat. I liked it there. Great food, great wings.
Yeah.
If you go there, get the wings. They're delicious. They make their own sauces too to dip it in.
They don't even give you options. They just bring you 3 sauce cups.
Yep, and that's what you get, and they're good.
So now what?
Now let's get to Old Bart. So that was Friday. We had fun. Thank you, Matthew, for showing us North Little Rock, or AKA Argenta.
Completely skipping over Gadwell's.
Well, that's the next day.
That's Saturday.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah, it's before we went to Old Bart's.
We went to Old Bart's first.
We did
and visited
go to Old
it.
Bart's just for like 2 seconds.
Yes, for 2 seconds to check out the venue, and they had an awesome
make
mailbox.
sure it wasn't underwater.
Yeah, basically. Which, it wasn't, thank goodness.
But the rest of the city was.
And then, right, it was. So, yeah, in the midst of all this, while we're down there, Little Rock, Arkansas made like national news for the tornadoes and flooding and raining. And we were just right in the middle of it.
There were tornadoes everywhere.
All around us, yes.
They had gone, I was tired, so I went to bed early. They had gone out, just you, Matthew, and the couple of the crew, we were going out hanging out. And so I was down at the house with the dogs by myself. And I wake up at like 2 a.m. to tornado sirens. I look out the window, and it literally looks like a hurricane. All of the lights in the backyard are like swinging around violently, like there's demons on them.
Yeah.
And the tire is flat, so I can't even leave.
No, you're stuck there.
So, I lived. But that's when you walked out of that bar about that same minute. Was like, is Justin dead?
Yeah, I say he's either...
you could hear the sirens a couple miles away.
He's either sleeping very peacefully or he's just dead.
I was not sleeping very peacefully.
Oh, okay. So I was wrong on both accounts.
I wasn't dead, but I thought I was going to be very shortly. But the next day, like you were saying, the storms, national news, Arkansas had made it. It was the crazy flooding, crazy storms, trees going down everywhere.
Yeah.
Then Dad calls me. So Dad's at home, and he's watching the news and sees them talking about Little Rock, Arkansas is going underwater.
Yeah.
And he's asked Mom, where's Justin staying at this weekend? And
Little
she's
Rock?
like, Little Rock. And then so he calls, like, no, we're fine. The city is underwater.
Yeah. Oh, there was trees down blocking a lot of the roads. A lot of the roads were flooded.
Underwater, yeah.
Houses
were underwater.
Yeah, it was crazy. But hey, the old saying, the show must go on.
Yeah.
So thank you for everyone that still made it out.
Braved it out. Yes, thank you guys so much. It was awesome meeting you guys, hanging out with you.
Yes. Okay, I'm still jumping ahead. Yep. Before we get that, Gadwell's. We stopped for lunch at Gadwell's.
Coolest. It was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Fried chicken
sandwich. It was a good little home style, restaurant.
Yeah, a little country cooking.
And their logo
was awesome.
Had a duck wearing boots and a hat, leaning on a cactus, just looking cool. That's Gadwell's Is it cafe or Gadwell's?
Yeah, Gadwell's Diner.
Diner, yeah, there you go. So delicious. And we stopped at the coffee shop too.
Oh, Dark Side Coffee.
So Dark Side Coffee is a Star Wars themed.
I thought we were going to die in there too.
Coffee shop, yes. When we were in, somehow we missed. Actually, all weekend we kind of missed it.
We were very lucky all weekend. Like we were in buildings every time all heck broke loose outside,
which happened all the time.
Like every half hour, I feel like there was a deadly storm.
And somehow we just hit the window to drive to our next spot. And right when we got inside, because right when we were walking in the dark side, it started downpouring right as we were going in. But remember, they lost power as we were taking our order. But yeah, Dark Side Coffee. If you're ever down in North Little Rock, highly recommend. Very delicious, fair priced, great coffee, great service, and it was and it'll tickle your Star Wars nerd inside, just in the right spots. It was pretty awesome. Very much enjoyed that.
It was good coffee.
Yeah.
The games, playing games and doing all kinds of stuff. It was very fun.
Oh, yeah. I agreed 100%. So, all right. Now, let's get to the live show portion.
Sure.
We made it to Old Bart's. Got all set up in the back. Got our projector all set up and our shirts and whatnot. It was pretty fun. It actually went up really fast. Matthew had a good crew, and Old Bart had a good crew there.
Oh, yeah.
at the venue.
No, it was great. The venue was great.
And we had a good road crew.
So we got Sophie and Eli.
Yeah, shout out to Sophie and Elijah. They killed it and helped us a lot, actually.
They did a lot of work.
Which I have a video I got to post. I tried posting it while we were there, and I just couldn't because I think the storms probably. But we did a walkthrough of Old Bart's. Elijah and I did. My cameraman giving you a tour of Old Bart's and the whole live show, kind of what it looked like and what was going on.
It was fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. Where do we want to start with the show?
You just go ahead.
How do we want to start this?
Just start talking.
Well, okay. So before the show started, we got to meet and mingle with everybody. Very enjoyable. Shout out to Caroline and Joe, big time. Enjoyed their presence as always.
Love those guys to death.
Yep, that's Joe Van Gogh, the famous Joe Van Gogh, filmmaker.
And Caroline from Patreon.
Yes, and Caroline, a longtime Patreon member. Now I'm gonna forget their names. The couple from Alabama.
I forgot it too.
I'm
you know
sorry,
who you
guys.
Please reach out. You're supposed to send me pictures that we took together.
Yes, please. Please send us those, and then that'll help.
But they were awesome.
Lock in your name.
We talked forever.
Yes,
and I could tell you what they do for a living.
Biologist.
She got a degree in biology.
Okay,
but Anyways,
well, then she is one. In my book, she is one. Then
a data scientist.
Yep.
And they were awesome. They were there visiting family. They just had a son. So congratulations again.
Congratulations. Yes, that's awesome. Lovely meeting you guys.
Yeah, they were so much fun.
Yes. And we also had the Chumming with Spirits podcast hanging out with us this weekend. Shout out to JD, Larry, and the OG. I don't remember your name. You introduced yourself as the OG to me and OG, so I only know you as OG. But those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Chumming with Spirits podcast. Check them out. Very knowledgeable.
Yeah, no, they're great. Well, you'll hear more from them, those guys soon.
Very soon. Yes. I want to say what he does without saying what he does, but very knowledgeable. I'm referring to Larry. Good guy.
Oh yeah, you'll hear a lot from Larry.
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah, it was really nice meeting those guys.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I'm very happy they were there. We got to meet Bigfooter Todd Neese.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Todd was there. Gave a speech and gave his presentation. Very interesting. I enjoyed hanging out with Todd and learning about his. I'd never heard his story before ever.
I didn't realize who it was. That I've heard his story.
Yes, you knew
Sasquatch
it after
Chronicles.
Yes,
after he told us, I'm like,
you're like, wait a minute,
I've heard this story.
Yeah,
and it was episode 46 of Sasquatch Chronicles.
So if you want to check that out, that's where you can find Todd's story. Well, he was serving. So thank you for your service.
Oh yeah.
While he was serving, he had his experience. I'm not going to share any of it because that's his story to tell.
I mean, but long story, so you can go listen to it.
It's always good here. I always enjoy hearing a story, especially in person, of someone that's had an experience.
Yeah. No, in person makes a big difference.
Yes, 100%. And then the famous Matthew Orton.
Matthew is fiance, which will be his wife by the time the Jamboree comes around.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just thank you. It was so much fun. We had such a great weekend.
And the hospitality.
Amazing.
Chef's kiss. I tried to I was going to make a noise, kisses. But no, the hospitality was great. Fantastic. Matthew allowed us to stay in his home, his domicile.
He had pop and beer for you ready to go.
Yeah, he did.
He had
coffee.
He had a lot of pop and a lot of coffee for me.
Yeah, he was ready to go. So I very much enjoyed his place. And shout out to Jake and Nugget.
Oh, Jake and Nugget.
Or Jack, sorry. Jack and Nugget.
Jack and Nugget.
Yep. And his two dogs.
Nugget slept with me all weekend.
Yep. We were going to steal Nugget.
I was.
In fact, I think we should still. I think we need to go back.
I'm going to see if he'll bring Nugget up for the Jamboree.
Hey, I'd enjoy that. Nugget was that English bulldog or
I can't remember what he was.
I don't remember. He's goofy and funny and
he looked like a bat that somebody pulled the wings off of.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But Nugget was fun. Good times with Nugget.
No, it was a great time. On the way back, hit more rainstorms. Was driving through Kentucky while it was underwater.
Well, wait. Before we head back, I was just
going
to say, I think our presentation, we gave a live presentation about organic UFOs. Showed some new videos we had never shown publicly before, like where we talk about it or discuss them. About a lot of great discussion I thought was had during our live talks. A lot of people that were listening was new to this subject, so it's nice always introducing people to this subject. And then Matthew's presentation also, very enjoyable.
Very fascinating.
Yes.
Love Matthew.
Yes, love hearing Matthew talk. Matthew's a gifted, great talker.
You'll hear him at the Jamboree.
Absolutely. In the family room.
In the family room.
Yes. So we're bringing Arkansas up to Ada.
Yeah, which schedules for that should be out fairly soon, I believe.
Yes. So stay tuned to the Ohio Bigfoot Jamboree 2 updates.
And remember, if you haven't got your tickets yet, get them. They are selling.
Yes, they are. And yes. So get them before they're gone. That's for sure. And so, yes, overall, Arkansas, it was my first time ever in Arkansas. I will say I very much enjoyed it. And I'll say Matthew and his family and friends and group and crew and everyone associated with him made me feel welcome to come back to Arkansas very soon.
I've said it before. Arkansas is my favorite state in the union.
It almost feels like here.
I said that. Remember on the way down?
Yeah, it does.
It's like warm Ohio.
It is. It's the
with
good
more
parts.
habitat, with like nice quality things,
like riparian zones and delineation.
They still have farmland and stuff like that, but they do still have a lot of riparian.
Yeah, they do. From what I noticed, upon my observations.
Yes,
through my I was gonna say scientific eye, my
astute
observations through a biologist lens.
Yeah. No, we can't wait to go back. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing another live show there next year. I think we're going to add another podcast to that mix, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Anything else to add?
Well, the drive back, we made it back. Pretty much in one shot. We didn't have to stop and rest and nap. We just did it.
We did stop and eat lunch and stuff like that, though.
That's different. We didn't stop at a Buc-ee's and take a nap for a couple hours,
Yeah.
We just drove. What did we stop and eat at on the way back?
Oh, it was that, because you made the Casey Jones train station museum.
Where was that?
Jackson, Tennessee.
You're right. Well, I'm going to Jackson.
Highly suggest anybody stop there. It was super cool.
Yes.
It's like a buffet style Golden Corral.
So that was called the Old Country Store.
The Old Country Store.
What's the name of that? So it's in the Casey Jones little
train memorial town square
something
thing.
like that. Like a little historical back in the day kind of.
It was great. There were tons of little shops.
Yes. And the food at the Old Country Store, they had a buffet. Like you said, it was basically like a
super nice
Cracker Barrel with
the buffet style.
With buffet style food and better, the store itself was I'm not putting Cracker Barrel down. I'm not at all, because I love Cracker Barrel.
I love Cracker Barrel.
So, but this was the stuff was more nicer, more locally kind of based.
Yep, high quality.
Yes, high quality stuff. They had their own local sorghum syrup, locally made sorghum syrup. I've never even seen that before. A lot of handmade soaps and stuff.
The puppet I got was locally made, handmade,
and they were awesome. Every puppet on that rack was unique. There was
you guys will see the puppet, because he will be a part of some of I just forgot the word for him.
Shows, live shows, some
maybe
family
live
room
shows,
activities.
But videos and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Videos. That's the word you were looking for.
Yeah, I forgot the word video. But I think we had a ball. It was a good time.
Yeah, I highly recommend North Little Rock, Arkansas, for just to visit and see the local shops, see this local food. A nice little town. I enjoyed it.
Wasn't a bad place there.
No, all the places we went,
we couldn't go to Plantopia. We were trying to go to a big greenhouse there.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But they had lost power, so they had closed, and it was during the middle of a big storm.
And here's another awesome thing they have we didn't mention, we got to see. So they had, now I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm going to give you the rough. I'll give you guys the rough, what they got. On the river they got, which is where Matthew's fiance, I think, works.
Yes.
They have the two submarines from World War II. I don't remember the names, but basically,
The Razorback is the submarine.
yeah, that's one of them. Yes, that's
That's the big one.
the big one. Yep. So basically, both submarines that they've got there that you can tour and stuff. The one was the first one, I think, somehow involved at the very beginning of World War II.
Mm-hmm. And then it was the one that ended it.
And the one that ended World War II. So they call it the bookends of World War II, both sitting in their harbor right there in North Little Rock.
We got to walk up and look at them, even though it was closed.
Yeah.
But normally they do like museum tours and you can get inside them and stuff like that. But with literally the river had rose, I think like 40 feet.
Yeah, the submarines were almost on the street.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing what submarines do.
Yeah. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, we made it home safe. We made it back. Overall, I'm going to give Old Bart, North Little Rock, Gadwell, all the little places we visited, and the Tavern at Drunken Cryptid Studios, Matthew Orton, a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for the experience. Live show went great. We got future live shows coming up in our hometown, Ada, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
June 15th with famous author Michael Thompson.
Famous, handsome homeowner.
And great swimmer Michael Thompson. He will be there giving a talk about, our show is sea monsters and UFOs. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be discussing both of those topics live. I guess anyone that's seen us at our live show, share our reviews, what you thought.
Yeah. What you'd like, if, like anything different or anything like that.
Right. Hopefully each show we're going to get bigger and better and more entertaining. So come see us June. That's our next live show. Crypticorn.com for your tickets, for the cheapest tickets. Because I'm sure that, there's already scalpers out there, buying them up and selling them at the door for twice the price. So don't let that happen to you.
Don't let it happen to you.
Go to crypticorn.com. Get yourself some tickets for the live show. Get yourself some Flavors of the Forest. It's delicious. It's good for you. And it makes your food all taste better. And take someone out fishing this weekend.
Yeah.
Future anglers of Ohio. Go fishing. Take a youth fishing. And extend the sport, get more people into fishing to keep it alive, keep more people doing. We need those skills.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Hey, guys. Thank you for listening to Cryptids the Corn podcast. Remember, the best way to support the show is share it with a friend. But if you are craving more of the J clones
and more from Mr. E,
there's always extra content on Patreon
and our paid member space on cryptidsofthecorn.com.
We'll catch you next time with more exciting, fun, and informative information. Bye.